Hello everyone and welcome to Intellipaat. In this video, I'll be talking about Elasticsearch. Now, what is Elasticsearch? Whenever you search online for the meaning of Elasticsearch, the short answer that you will get is that it is an index, it is a search engine, it is an analytics database, it is a big data solution, it is kind of like Google. All of these answers are correct in a sense. Elasticsearch is a search engine based on the Apache Lucene library. You can think of Elasticsearch as a NoSQL database which can be communicated through by JSON requests. Let us know more about Elasticsearch in this video. But before that, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates. Now let us take a look at the agenda for today's video. Firstly, I'll be introducing the concept of Elasticsearch. Next, I'll be moving on to a concept called ELK stack and where does Elasticsearch fit in the ELK stack. Next, I'll move on to the Elasticsearch architecture, in which I'll be talking about the architecture of Elasticsearch in brief. And finally, I'll be talking about certain use cases of Elasticsearch.
Alright guys, now that we know what we have in our agenda today, let us move on to the first topic, which is introduction. Now, what is Elasticsearch exactly? So it is a search engine based on the Apache Lucene library. So it was released in February 2010. It is entirely written in Java. Currently, it has become the most popular search engine and is commonly used for log analytics, full text search, security intelligence, business analytics, and operational intelligence use cases. Now, this all was very technical. There were a lot of technical jargons involved. And whenever you search online for the meaning of Elasticsearch, the short answer that you always get is that it is an index, it is a search engine, it is an analytics database, it is a big data solution. They also say that it is kind of like Google. All of these answers are correct in a sense. Elasticsearch was an independent tool that offered a distributed NoSQL database in the form of JSON documents. This tool was very successful and it still is. Now, you might have a question, what is a JSON document? Well, a JSON document, JSON basically stands for JavaScript Object Notation. It is basically a data representation or a data format which is used in web development to send data to and from client and server. So this is what JSON means. So this tool, that is Elasticsearch tool, was very successful and it still is. The change that took place was that Elasticsearch as a company came up with many tools that complemented this Elasticsearch tool, and then it formed an ecosystem with Elasticsearch at its core. Now, as you can see in the slides, that Elastic as a company has a lot of services under it, including Kibana, Beats, Logstash, ECE, Elastic Cloud, and finally Elasticsearch, which is at the core of the Elastic company. So the company that is owning all of these products are now called as Elastic. Today, Elasticsearch is the most popular enterprise search engine and one of the 10 popular DBMS out there. At its core, you can think of Elasticsearch as a server that can process JSON requests and give you back JSON data. So, the syntax of a JSON file is shown below in this diagram. So, you basically start out with braces, and then there is a key value pair which is separated by a colon, and then key is included in double quotations, and same goes for value as well. Depending on the value, if it is a number, if it is a string, you will have to include double quotations, and if not, you might not do that. And finally, you have to separate each key value pair with a comma, and then at the last key value pair, you should include you should not include the comma. So this is very intuitive. So here data is stored as a document as compared to rows and columns in SQL. So Elasticsearch is a NoSQL database. Documents data is separated into fields, which is similar to a column in an SQL database. And the way to query data from Elasticsearch is by using REST APIs. Now let us see one of the most frequently asked questions about Elasticsearch framework. So the FAQ here is Elasticsearch framework the same as Amazon Elasticsearch service? So you guys must have heard about the Amazon Elastic service as well, which is also very popular. Although both the services, that is the Elasticsearch and Amazon Elasticsearch, or now it is called as OpenSearch because of the copyrights issue, both of them come under something called as Search as a Service category. Amazon Elasticsearch is based on an older fork or an older version of the Elasticsearch project, which was put up on GitHub, and it was built on top of it. And it offers a subset of the features as compared to the Elasticsearch from the company Elastic. And to avoid this confusion, that is the naming confusion and functionality confusion, AWS changed the name of this service to Amazon OpenSearch. You can integrate the Elastic stack into the AWS cloud if you want to, but Elastic has come up with a cloud service of their own, and they call it the Elastic Cloud. Alright, now let us move on to the next topic, which is the ELK stack, or the ELK stack as some people call it. Elastic is a company that has released many components that work together and form a stack. The core components together are called the ELK stack, which refers to Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana. Now let us go through each of these services briefly. So Elasticsearch is a distributed NoSQL database where you can store messages in the form of JSON. You can expose RESTful APIs from the Elasticsearch instance. Coming to Logstash, Logstash is another framework, or you can call it a collector, which collects data from different sources and streams, and it allows the streaming of data in the form of a data processing pipeline. Imagine Elasticsearch as a database and Logstash as the streaming component, which pushes the logs into the Elasticsearch. And finally, we have Kibana. Kibana here is a visualization tool that is deployed over the Elasticsearch instance, where you can see customized statistics, reports, and dashboards from the data present in Elasticsearch. And after the widespread of the success of the ELK stack, the community started using this for more use cases, and they wanted more functionalities. So the company Elastic heard all of these requests and came up with many frameworks and tools which integrated well with the existing ELK stack, and they call the overall package as the Elastic stack. So there are other components in the Elastic stack which include XPack and Beats. But ELK is widely used as it is applicable for most common use cases. Alright, now that we have a rough understanding of what Elasticsearch is and where it fits into the ELK stack and Elastic stack, we will move on to the next topic, that is, we will be taking a look at some of the use cases as to where Elasticsearch is used in the industry today. The very first use case is with Netflix. So Netflix relies on the ELK stack across various use cases to monitor and analyze customer services operations and security logs. Let's say, for example, Elasticsearch is the underlying engine behind their messaging system. In addition, the company chose Elasticsearch for its automatic sharding and replication. So they also use it for flexible schema, nice extension model, and ecosystem with many other plugins. So Netflix has steadily increased their use of Elasticsearch from a few isolated deployments to over a dozen clusters containing several hundred nodes. So next use case we have is with eBay. eBay, with its countless business critical text search and analytics use cases that utilize Elasticsearch as the backbone, eBay has created a custom Elasticsearch as a service platform to allow easy Elasticsearch cluster provisioning on their internal OpenStack based cloud platform. So they have integrated Elasticsearch and they call it Elasticsearch as a service. And the last use case we have here is Walmart. Walmart here utilizes the Elasticsearch to reveal the hidden potential of its data, to gain insights about customer purchasing patterns, track store performance metrics, and holiday analytics. So they basically use it for visualization and statistics, dashboards, etc. And they also use it for DevOps, and they mainly use Kibana here in the Elk stack. So their main use case is Kibana here. So they like to visualize things. They like to come up with dashboards and statistics. So this is what Walmart uses Elasticsearch for. Alright guys, that's it from my side. Thank you for watching till the end. Have a nice day.
Just a quick info guys, if you want to make a career in cloud computing, then Intellipaat provides an advanced certification on cloud and DevOps by IIT Madras. This course is taught by industry experts and IIT Madras faculty. This course is designed to upskill and land your dream job.